Feel free.
Go for it, brother. What can I do for you?
Okay, well, I typed these in while I was listening, so I got something to read off to you. All right, first of all, I'm trying to sell my house, and I'm going to use a realtor. And I quit claimed the deed to my brother. I have the note. If he quit claimed it to the foundation with the legal description and I record it, does that put the foundation in U.S. jurisdiction? And how should I proceed to do this without liability?
When you say a liability, do you mean a taxable event?
No, sir. I just mean a jurisdictional liability. I don't want to put the foundation in harm's way
You will
whatsoever.
not be. So that's a good question, John. A lot of people think that if you're putting something into the name of the foundation and recording it, that you're giving jurisdiction over the foundation, and you're not at all.
Okay, great. Because I was worried that mixing public and private, these things concern me. I want to be 100% private.
100%, brother.
Okay, well, I was just worried about that legal description being on that deed, if that was a factor.
No. So the foundation has a right to own even a legal description. Not, it has the rights to contract in both public and private. It doesn't make itself private. What would make the foundation public is a registration at the Secretary of State, and that's the only.
Yeah, great. That's kind of what I was thinking, but boy, my mind goes back and forth. I worry too much. All right, thank you. I got another question. I registered my car to the foundation and I used my private mailbox for the mailing address, but they wouldn't let me use it for the physical address. And I put all the zip codes and brackets. I signed ARR without prejudice, non-assumption, and used the by.
Are you talking about the DMV?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, I tagged my car in the foundation's name. I titled it over to them,
right,
and tagged it.
Now, are you a member of the AAA?
No, sir.
So I'm only 52, but my mom got me membership at AAA when I was 6 years old. I think she was wanting to use my toes. So I've been a 47-year member of AAA, and titling cars at AAA is a totally different experience than going to the DMV.
Okay.
So to answer your question, you did the right things, and I wouldn't worry about jurisdiction, but I don't want people to know where I sleep.
Yes.
So I don't contract anything. And when somebody let me give you an example. I'm dealing with an entity. I'm trying to like crypto.com. They want a residential address, and before they send me their platinum card, and it's not based on a social security, so it's based on a stake, which means I've left crypto on crypto.com, and they gave me a level of a card that I'm able to utilize, but they want me to give a residence address, and I'm like, I don't have a residence address. I'm not saying I'm not a resident. I'm not playing the sovereign citizen game. I'm not playing the State of the Union citizen game. I'm just not a resident. And they said, well, you have to have an address. And I'm like, well, and I'm very careful to speak only truth. I say, well, I have a 40-foot bus and I'm not a resident, and I use this box for all mail. How can you help me? Or should I just remove the stake?
I see.
Remove my funds. And so they've responded, and I just saw it come in over here on my left, and I haven't had a chance to look at it, but that's kind of the games that we play, or just do what you did, or give it. And I've done this before. They go, some banks had a serious issue, and I've got a couple of things at my mom's house. She's been a storage for me for a little while, and I'm it allows me to go over and see her, and so if like an account, like to open up a bank account, if they wouldn't give me any flexibility on an address, it's very simple. I get the account established, non-assumption, not U.S. citizen, not a taxpayer, get the account established, give them her address, and then I do a notice after I open up the account that I no longer live at that address, and I'm a sojourner, I'm traveling, and I have a 40-foot bus, and I'll send you pictures, but remove that address from my profile. You know what I mean? And they have they're not going to close your account because you don't have an address. They're just going to put that other address on the resident's address. They'll force it on it.
Yeah, she tried to fill it all out herself, and I made her pass me the paper, and I went to putting brackets and all kinds of stuff on there, and she just let it go. So yeah, they
Sounds
try
like
and
you did
take
it right.
control from you, but I took it back. And
Good for you. So you're understanding what to do. I just gave you a couple other nuances to think about, because you can get it established with another address, and then you remove that address later.
okay,
Yeah.
great. This
Anything
is
else,
good
John?
information, people. I got one more on chain of title for the BC. So I sent it to the Oregon Secretary of State and for apostille and a non-Hague, and I didn't send it to that embassy before I sent it to the US SOS, where it's sitting right now. And I'm wondering if that's going to break the chain of title as far as the apostille goes.
So you did the apostille at the Secretary of State in your state that you were
Yes.
born on.
Yeah, and then it was supposed to go to a non-Hague, and I unfortunately put China on the application, but that's neither here.
I don't think China's a part of the Hague.
They're not, but I don't like China.
Why did you do China?
I don't, because I thought it would be cheaper, honestly, but I figured out Indonesia does them for $25 and it don't matter what it is.
There's
So
actually one country that's free. I don't know the name, but you can just type DC authentications, and they will give you a list of countries and their fee schedules. And there's one country that's free.
nice. I know Jamaica is ungodly.
I don't think there's a problem. I think you're fine.
Okay, because I was just worrying about that chain of title as it goes along for the apostille, because it's going to go to Indonesia next. And that's where I'm going to do my active state, which I'm about to do, waiting on the certified documents that never come back.
So you're trying to make a claim on the BC, or are you working within the living in the private process?
I'm doing everything all together.
Everything that we gave you, meaning you're putting all your adhesion stuff together, you're putting it all behind the active state.
I've got everybody defaulted. I'm sitting waiting on that dang certified copy of my passport. So
okay, so hold on a sec. There's a new structure that we're doing, and it's 100% the same thing. You can do self-certification, and meaning under the pains and penalties of perjury, you're doing a self-certification, and we can actually give you a new active state based on self-certification, and you can go right now.
That came in the package, and I kind of just assumed that it would be better to have that certified, but
it would be better to have it certified, but they're taking 6, 7, 8, 9 months.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. They're trying to slow roll me, and I want out now.
Yeah. Well, you're out now. You're out. You're just, that active state is just the smooth icing on the cake, and the constructive notice is slicing that cake. So you're
okay.
Yeah,
I was worried that those things were essential to, because what they might put on an indictment.
They're all essential. They're all essential. What you're doing is you're taking the new contracts that you've created on the private side remedy, and which falls under federal rules of procedure from a due process standpoint to properly before you get a case in the federal court, you got to make sure you've exhausted all your private side remedies with the person that you're suing. So they've created these rules and procedures, and that's what you've done with the private side remedy, where you've sent the letter, you send the notice of fault with the opportunity to cure, then you send the default. Now you've created a new contract because they've completely not responded. Then you take that and you put it in the public regarding behind the active state, showing the entire process, and then that constructive notice, which is taking a publicly filed entity or document and mailing it. I'm only saying this because you probably know I'm saying this for everybody else, but once that gets mailed off, you're over the top. It's just like you've buttoned you cinched them nice in, and they're not going anywhere, and they can't do anything. So if you don't want to wait, just ask us on your support ticket for the self-certified
I have it. I got the brand new version of it that gives you the option to go that way. So I'll just go
Okay.
ahead and proceed.
Perfect.
Yes.
Anything else, my
Man,
brother?
nah, I want to let you know I love you and everybody there. Thank you to
Hey, bro,
Rob
we
and
love you
Tracy.
too. We prayed for you on Sunday.
I know you do, and that's beautiful. I thank you so much.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I am. I was pacing in circles before I got with you here, and I feel great now. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, brother. God bless you, man.
God bless you too, sir.
All right, buddy.